welcome to the Tower Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch. And as always, we have Mike. And today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Heartgold and Soulsilver for the Nintendo DS. Never got to play these back in the day, but that's why we went with these ones, because we played the Gold and Silver ones a long time ago. Not for the show, but back when we were kids, and I needed to re-experience this.
I got Soulsilver when it came out. I think it came with a little Pokeball thing and a Lugia.
Yeah, they came with two statues. You could get the Ho-Oh and the Lugia, and they both came with Pokewalkers. Have you ever used the Pokewalker? Never.
Yeah, I used it all the time. I had my Ampharos in it and a few other Pokemon. I just shake the shit out of it, because why would you actually walk with it?
Well, I used to have, what are they called? The Pokemon Pikachu, little like Tamagotchi looking thing. What was that called? Yeah, I shook the shit out of that. Or I'd put it on the dryer and just fucking turn it on. Let me fucking turn this down for a minute, because my thing keeps redlining for some reason. There we go. How are you enjoying Pokemon so far? We're doing part 1 today. Just half of the Johto, because we're not doing like the full thing. You know, I don't know. I just feel like everything after the Pokemon League in Johto region is just kind of like endgame content, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we already did Kanto, so it's just going to be another Kanto run if we do. So don't really feel like it. How was it so far? You're doing a Nuzlock run, right?
A hardcore Nuzlock, and it went terrible.
Nice. Did you restart it all?
No. If you want to do the second part, I kind of have to.
Oh, well. Why?
Well, I don't have to. It was just I wouldn't be able to continue the Nuzlocke because I lost.
What did you lose?
I lost.
Oh, you completely failed.
Yeah, I whited it out.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, that fucking blows. We'll talk about that in a bit then. Is that in part 2? Part 2 of Johto, or is that?
It's the end of part 1.
Okay. Okay. So you're doing what I did in Alpha Ruby or whatever the fuck. Whenever I whited out at the end, and I was like, well, guess I'm just continuing for the show.
There was a glimmer of hope, though.
What was the glimmer of hope? What Mon?
We'll get to it at the end.
All right. You just want to dive right in?
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot to talk about anyway. All right. Pokemon Heartgold and Soulsilver are 2009 remakes of the 1999 Game Boy Color role-playing video games, Pokemon Gold and Silver, also including features from Pokemon Crystal. The games are a part of the 4th generation of Pokemon video game series, developed by Game Freak and published by the Pokemon Company and Nintendo for the Nintendo DS. In commemoration of the 10th anniversary of Gold and Silver, the games were released in Japan on September 12, 2009, and were later released in other regions during Giddy March 2010. I don't know what that is. What is Giddy March 2010?
No idea. It sounds. It might be a specific event or some shit.
Oh, okay. Heartgold and Soulsilver take place in the Johto and Kanto region of the franchise's fictional universe, which features special creatures called Pokemon. The basic goal of the game is to become the best Pokemon trainer in both the Johto and Kanto regions, which is done by raising and cataloging Pokemon and defeating other trainers. We all know what the fuck Pokemon is. I think that I'll just go back to the original just to rehash on that, is like, I think this is the best jump between whatever it is, versions of Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah, just
like the original?
Yeah, like if you took a jump from any one of the versions to the next, I would say this probably had the biggest throw of content in it, because it added so many new features. And then these DS games just add even more features to it. You know what I mean?
Running shoes weren't a thing until the 3rd generation, I think.
Yeah, no. They were they came in Ruby and Sapphire. But so this jump from the original to now you got fucking, what is it? A radio, you could use a phone call thing in the game. There were swarms, it introduced shinies, it has 2 regions. What is it? I think this is stupid, but it is an added feature. This is where it all started with the annoying fucking, give an item to a Pokemon and let it, trade it. And then it evolves like that. Like,
they actually added a lot in the first one, because they added, Scissor, Steelix, right?
Yeah, this one, Scissor, Steelix, Politoed, what the fuck? Kingdra, Slowking. Yeah, they added a bunch. I feel like I'm still missing 1 or 2. They also added the day and night cycle and the Pokemon that could evolve depending on what time of day or how much it liked you, like Blissey and shit like that. So I just feel like this is the biggest jump that they've ever had, kinda.
And Espeon.
Yeah, Umbreon, Espeon, Blissey. Feel like there was another one. I don't know.
That.
Oh, and breeding. They added breeding in this one too. So there's that. That's a very big one.
Weird that they added so many things and they fucked up like basic shit. Like, you get a Moonstone at Mount Moon on the first one. That's like whenever it's kind of late if you wanted to evolve your like Nidoran and Nidorino. Because they'd be like a little higher than you would necessarily want them to be, but it all matters if you want to level them up to a certain level to get a certain move. And you face Wigglytuff or Jigglypuff in the grass outside the cave of Moon Cave or whatever it's called.
Mount Moon, yeah.
And then you have Clefairy inside of it. And so, like, you have access to all the Pokemon that evolve from a Moonstone around the time that you get a Moonstone. And then here, you randomly get a Moonstone from your mom if you give her money from your battles.
And there is a bug catching contest where you can get a Sunstone, which evolve the most useless fucking Pokemon. The worst fucking Pokemon. Like fucking Sunkern and shit.
Yeah, and the marketplace here is like kind of lame because it's trying to get shit. I don't know if it does this in all the games because I don't really buy TMs usually, unless it's like a specific one. But they don't tell you the name of the TM. They're like, this move does blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, doesn't tell you the stats of it either. So it's like, okay, I hope since this costs a lot of money, it's worth it.
Yeah, I feel like they did that in the first one too, with like one of the TM shops. I thought they did. Could be wrong. Could just be thinking of this one.
Yeah, I might just misremember. They might do it all the time, which I don't know. That needs to be changed.
Also, before we continue, if you guys want to hang out with us while we play Pokemon, I haven't plugged this in a while. We do have a Discord. The link will be in the description, so you can come hang out with us. We hang out, we talk, we stream it. Like we'll actually talk to you guys. It's not a big deal. We're not famous or like dumb like that, where we just don't talk to people when they're hanging out in our Discord. So join up. It's fun. Good time. You'll also see pictures of frogs and food. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Among other things. Anyway, though. Yeah, so with this being the biggest jump and everything, yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, you've played Black and White and all that shit and Diamond and Pearl. I never played any of those ones. Those are like the only 2 gens I missed. Is there anything like significant at all through them at all?
Black and White?
Yeah, like any, like from generation into there or anything like that.
They have like this big desert that you have to get through. I don't remember that much.
Trash.
It's been so long. So. Well, that's why, what is it? This is like the only time this has ever happened, and it made it so worth it. But whenever I play new Pokemon games, I don't really look into the Pokemon as much. Well, I do after I get them, but I let it be a surprise. And that crocodile sand or ground crocodile dark thing. The first time I ever seen it was a shiny.
Did you catch it or no? I forget.
Yeah.
Nice.
I named her Sandy, and she had Moxie, and it was awesome.
The first time I ever caught a shiny in this game was a Zubat with pink wings, and I think, if I remember right, I could be wrong, a shiny Dunsparce I found, but I killed it, and that would have been pretty sick because that's like hard to grab anyway. So
good.
In this game, the legendary Pokemon are a little bit different. You can still find Lugia and shit. You can find Lugia just like you would in the old games, just like the old legendaries were found, like in a fucking island in the middle of nowhere. He's just there. But the legendary dogs in this game, Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, hopefully I pronounced Raikou right, I never know if that's correct. They will randomly pop up on your screen. In this game, Suicune is the only one that you just see the animation, and by the way, they all run away. So you just have to like get really lucky, and then get even luckier by putting them to sleep because, like Raikou, for instance, he's fast as fuck. So if you ever try to do anything, he's just like insta gone. So he just runs. So that's pretty fucking annoying. But they're pretty.
Yeah. Eventually, Magmar, Moltres, Zapdos, and Arcuno migrate into the region, and they do the same thing.
What, on the DS version here that we're doing?
Heartgold, Soulsilver.
Oh, okay. Oh, and another thing is the original one, their Safari Zone was taken out of the game. That was from the original. But in these, they added it back in the DS. So that's pretty sick.
This game actually had a lot of late game content and post game content where with the Pokewalker thing, I think it was Pokewalker.
Yeah,
there were like little mini games.
Yeah, I was gonna say explain the Pokewalker because I don't even know what the fuck you do with it. Anything.
I can't offhandedly remember everything, but you would. There were like bushes or some shit, and you had to check the bushes, and then there'd be a random Pokemon, and if you caught it, you could send it to your game, and then if it was like a Pokemon from a different region, it would create swarms of different Pokemon from that region start spawn in your world.
Okay, say no more. I think that's probably the best thing about that thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And I like being like carrying my Ampharos around, being like, yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, my first playthrough I had an Ampharos. Definitely one of my favorites. Just such a random Pokemon too. Like, I was like, oh cool, I got this, I needed an electric Pokemon, so I caught this Flaffy, and then it randomly evolved, and I was like, oh, this thing's like giraffe slash, I don't know what the fuck it is. This thing's cool, but it has a light at the end of its tail. I don't know. It was like
when I had, I forget what all I taught it. It was like charge beam, signal beam, and like discharge, some other things.
One could say he's beaming.
No.
In my Pokemon Coliseum game, I also have an Ampharos. But he doesn't seem as good in that game, or it could just be the fact that game's hard as balls. So, I don't know. Something just, the way that game works, like, seems like things are, like, super fucking strong for no reason. I don't know. Like, maybe they changed up stats or some shit. So,
not to interrupt or detract, but I looked it up, and the biggest Gen add is Gen 5, which is black and white, and it added 156 Pokemon.
Oh, the most amount of Pokemon? Yeah, that one, definitely, because they only added 100 Pokemon to Gold and Silver. So.
Nice. That's exactly right.
What is it?
I said nice, that's exactly right.
Yeah, well, I had the manual, and I remember reading that, and I was like, only 100? not 150. I was like, well, it does say we have 252 Pokemon now, so math does math right. Or some shit like that. Well, is that counting Celebi, though? I wonder if they count Celebi.
Good question.
Because they never seem to, like, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like they don't add those mythical ones in. You get Celebi at this, like, fucking shrine thing, but you could only do it during an event, if I remember correctly. So Celebi is like the Mewtwo, or well, is like the Mew of this game. So yeah, it's also my favorite mythical. I just like time travel, and that's a time traveling Pokemon. So cool with it.
I like Darkrai, but I like that Dark Dragon thing from Platinum. I forget what it's called, though.
Oh,
Garter or something.
Garantina or some shit.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, he's like on the, what is it? He's like the underworld Pokemon or some shit, or like the reverse world, something weird.
Yeah. In Platinum, you go to his world, and it's all fucking trippy and crazy, and you like travel up walls and shit.
Nice. This game is also the 8th best-selling DS video game of all time. So I expected it to be higher, but I think it came in late for the DS, didn't it? Feel like
you're saying Soulsilver specifically?
Yeah. I thought it was like one of the later games. I could be totally wrong, but I just feel like I've heard that somewhere before. But yeah, excellent game. Where do you want to start? You just want to take us through? You just want to go through like a quick run through through the first 4 gyms? Roll with it like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you where my shit died along the way.
Alright. So you start out in New Barktown, and you get your Pokemon, and there's a dude looking through a window. And this dude, I always name him Cunt because he's like the shittiest fucking person in Pokemon history ever. He's like the biggest fucking dickbag. Like, Gary is just so much better than this guy. But he comes in and he steals one of those Pokemon, and he's your rival now. And you just basically go to what is it? It's not Pewter City. It's whatever the fuck the first city. Don't really remember like a lot of these names for some reason. But you go there, and it's a flying gym, right? Or no, a normal gym. And he has
a normal gym is Whitney.
Okay, yeah, then he's the flying gym guy. And he just gets his fucking ass beat real quick. You get some hoots along the way. Pretty cool. Not gonna be super detailed about it. I mean, it's Pokemon. But
I think the second one was the flying gym, and the first one was the bug gym. I might be missing the order.
I think you're backwards.
Okay. Because I didn't have any trouble with the flying gym, but that Scyther kicked my fucking ass a few times.
Did he?
Yeah, with that U-turn, and then he'd do like something, and then he'd always crit, and it was crazy. He ended up killing my Hoot and my Onyx.
Okay. Wait, the fucking grass, the Scyther?
Bug, dude.
Oh, he's bug. He's bug. Why is Brock weak to bug?
It's not. He's Scyther has really high attack, and then it has real high crit rate for some of its attacks. So it like crit me, and I was like, was trying to kill it, because I thought this was my best chance would be the Hoot or the Onyx. And it's like, nah, it's going to U-turn you to a different Pokemon, and then that's going to beat your Hoot. And then it's going to come back out, and your Onyx is going to get... I forget what fucking move he did, but he like crit me twice and killed me.
Yeah, okay, so Gym 1 is in Violet City. That's the name of that city. His name's Faulkner. He has a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto. And the Pidgeotto is level 13. Like, it's a breeze just smacking that one out of there. Azalea Town is Gym 2. Bugsy. That real creative name there. Metapod, Kakuna, and your Scyther that you love so much. The game really heats up, though, whenever you get down to Goldenrod City. That's the normal type gym. It's basically I don't know, bro. Goldenrod City back in the day, not on the original, not this one, felt like way bigger. And that's where you got your first, like, breeding daycare place. But this is like one of the notorious bosses of this game, Whitney. Her and her fucking Clefairy, who is easy to beat, but then she has this evil ass milk tank that just does rollout constantly and fucks you up.
Yeah, it's super sad.
Yeah.
I had a good strategy to beat it. I lost to Pokemon. It made me feel so terrible. Because it was like the whole reason why I won, essentially. Because I was like, okay, I'm doing hardcore nuzlock. All my Pokemon are 18. Her milk tank is level 19. And I was like, I'm gonna set up all this shit, bro, to weaken it. And it just kept like almost one-shotting my Pokemon, so I had to switch out. I ended up getting one or two charms in with my Togetic, and then one sand attack with my Sandshrew. And that like saved the shit out of me because charm like harshly reduces the opponent's attack, and then sand attack makes it likely to miss if you don't know that. And I barely pulled it off. Forget who had the finishing blow.
I have no idea who had the finishing blow. Who had the finishing blow?
That's what I'm trying to remember, but it was definitely a hard battle. It was won by every one of my Pokemon, essentially.
Nice. You do okay. So there's nothing much to talk about going through those three areas, but since Goldenrod is kind of like the Celadon City at first from the first one. It's like you got all these fucking like casinos and this and that, but like later on in Olivine Town, that has the big marketplace and shit. But Goldenrod, you got that fucking breeding center. I'm pretty sure, like the daycare place. That was in the original. I don't remember seeing it this one. I think it was like right outside of it in a different looking area. But they got the radio
a little
tower.
talk there.
What's that?
You have a little talk there with some of the side characters and shit. And is that when you get the egg? No, you get the egg like way earlier. But
yeah,
it's always weird with the daycare center because they're like always surprised that there's an egg. It's like the Pokemon seem to like each other, get along. You have to like go off these random phrases. I think they're like each one like is a different like time period maybe that it takes for them to get eggs.
I have no fucking clue. But the radio tower is big because you can always every day you can get your ID number checked to see if you want a fucking Master Ball. That's like the big thing here. And then there's like the coin bag for the casino and shit like that. I fucking hate the casino games in fucking Pokemon, dude. I don't understand what the fuck. Like, I get what I'm doing, but they seem almost unwinnable sometimes. Like it's like Minesweeper. There's a game that's like Minesweeper. I'm like,
I love Minesweeper.
I like real Minesweeper. It doesn't seem to work as well in this. There is a guy. It's either in the next city or in Azalea Town. This also introduces another thing. Acorns. You can get all these different colored acorns, and you give them to this dude named Kurt, and he turns them into different types of Pokeballs. That is another thing that this game also introduces, all the different types of balls, like fast balls, dive balls, nest balls, shit like that. Heavy balls, luxury balls. Kind of a big deal, because a lot of people love that shit.
You use them very often?
I try to use them for what they're fucking supposed to be used for, and I feel like the nest and the dive ball do not work. I feel like
dive ball is the worst ball ever.
I feel like the fastball does not do what it's supposed to do at all. Like, well, I mean, I'm using it on a fucking legendary Pokemon, so, I mean, of course it's not gonna fucking work. But still, it didn't even give me 2 shakes, bro. It was just like, nope, I'm out. You also, along the way, run into Team Rocket for the first time in this game. They're fucking hacking up fucking Slowpoke tails down this well, and you gotta go down that well. And I'm pretty sure it's Kurt who you save, or you save somebody down in there, because they got hurt, or some shit. But yeah, that's like the big thing in Johto, is Team Rocket's there to chop off Slowpoke tails and sell them for big doll hairs. So it's pretty gnarly and graphic.
I like the quick ball. I like how it looks mostly. And then there's like this other ball, I forget when they added it, called the time ball. And it's like the longer the battle goes on, the easier it is to catch.
Yeah, that one's sick. My favorite looking one is the luxury ball, all black and gold.
Yeah.
I think that one's pretty sick. I don't know what you're supposed to like truly use it for. Like the big thing nowadays with trading Pokemon, like people pay money for this. We want you to go out and catch I forget what it's called. It's not called Drippy. It's called something. It's that Dragon Ghost Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Dragon Ghost.
Yeah. So its colors coincide with the color of a Dream Ball, so people want their Pokemon to match their ball. And people like pay people to go out and do that, and then fucking trade it to them. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the one I always seen people like fucking lust and nut after is the shiny that fucking, is it Rayquaza? No, yeah, the giant lightning dragon thing.
You mean the giant green dragon?
Sky dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. You want a luxury ball with a fucking shiny Rayquaza. Yep.
Yeah.
That's so sick. That is a fucking sick one. Like, all black and gold, that's fucking dope. I just love that color combo. Yeah, but like Rich, the dude that did red, blue, and yellow with us, like whenever we first started the show, he was like, when he gets into a Pokemon game, dude, clearly, if you want to go back and listen to that fucking show, he is like ultra into it, so he would just do that shit for himself for like no reason. Like he had a field day with that shit. But after that though, we go to Gym 4, Ekritique City. I don't know how to say it. You got a ghost gym leader named Morty, and he has a Ghastly, 2 Haunters, and a Gengar, and he's pretty easy to beat, truthfully. But that's
fucked me up.
What's that?
That he fucked me up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I just threw out the old Typhlosion and the Togetic, man. Those guys they just wreck everything. Love it.
He Hypnosis Dream Eatered my whole team, and what happened was like I took out his Ghastly like pretty easy with Flampy. And then that Gengar came out, and I was all fuck. Shadow balled it and killed it. And then I sent out Ditto, which I lovingly named Dildo. And
the pink.
What was it? He like somehow I got away with being able to transform. And then he like tried to hypnosis, and it missed. And I transferred into Gengar, and then you Shadow Ball and one-shot him. And then next Pokemon, Haunter came out, Hypnosis Dream Eater. And then that was the story for the rest of the
battle. Oh yeah, like Mike said before we knew this city, you get an egg. Somebody gives you an egg. I think it is Professor Oak, actually, on his visit. He gives you an egg. And it is the first egg you ever see in any Pokemon game. And it hatches to a Togepi. And it evolves into a Togetic. And Togetics are pretty fucking sweet. Just wanted to clear that up and mention that. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing that actually fucked me. And let's see. Slowpoke, Zubat, Magmar, Magnemite, Machop, Krabby, Rattata, Nidorino, Pseudo-Widow, and Gaslit. They all died from this one fucking thing.
Oh.
I've been grinding like a motherfucker, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go over here to this area, or the route after the city, because I get double the XP there. There's this encounter you have with a Eradicate, and it will do Hyper Fang to you, crit you, almost kill you, and then you'll try to switch out Pokemon and it'll use Pursuit and kill you. That happened that many times, over and over and over again while I was training.
Wow. So this is what you meant at the end of this, towards the end of this episode. Fucking, this is where you got folded?
Yeah, I got folded by a motherfucking Eradicate using Hyper Fang, Focus Energy, and Pursuit.
Rip.
So
the Eradicate, dude. I thought you meant the Gengar. I was like, this dude doesn't even have Eradicate.
Whenever I took on Morty, the only Pokemon I had, like, because I kept training, like, my Pokemon were almost to, like, level 20 and 23 or whatever, so I could finally fight him. And, I just kept dying, my Pokemon kept dying that way, and I was just like, I have 2 Pokemon left besides my team of 6. I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking do this, fuck this. And I had a Flampy, level 23, Quagsire, level 23, Sandslash 23, Ditto 17, Paris, level 12, and Bayleaf, level 24.
Nice. Good pick on the Bayleaf, though. A lot of people, I don't know, man. Chikorita doesn't get the respect it deserves, I feel like.
Because it is the hardest fucking one. The first 2 ibs are Bug and Flying.
Well, that was my, no, Typhlosion was my first playthrough of that, actually. Never mind. But this city is where all your big Johto lore drop comes in. You have the Rainbow, what is it, the Rainbow Tower, is that what it's called? Right?
Tower?
What is it?
Burn Tower is where you see the 3 legendary dogs.
Well, yeah. You have the Burn Tower, Burning Building, or whatever. That they're in the basement. These 3 dogs. The lore is that these Pokemon burnt to death in the fire long ago, and then they were reborn as these legendary dogs for some reason. And then you have this thing on the other side. I think it's called the Rainbow Tower or something like that. And that is where Ho-Oh, the legendary bird, well, one of the legendary birds of this game, because there's 2, came down. He was the one that came down and revived the 3 Pokemon. It's the one that Ash sees at the very first episode of Pokemon, the rainbow bird flying overhead. It's also one of my favorite Pokemon. I don't know. I just love Ho-Oh. And then you also have Lugia, which isn't even mentioned in this. It's not even really mentioned at all. Lugia is just kind of like out there in the World Islands, but we'll get to that next episode. He like controls the seas and shit like that. But even
whenever you mentioned that, the episode of Pokemon, that made me think there's like a few things in Pokemon that were really weird, like the original Pokemon series about the original game. Like, the Ho-Oh was on episode 1 for some reason. It's like, so you had Ho-Oh forever and just never used him.
Yeah.
And then they had like this door that had like these legendary Pokemon on it, and Dragonite was one of them.
Yeah.
And they had the monstrous Dragonite that was like a fucking Godzilla.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I mean, in that original series, they had a fucking Ghastly or a Gengar that was like, oh, well, I'm here, check out my Venusaur and my Blastoise, and now watch me combine them into Venustoise. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if you ever saw that episode, but it's like this fucking abomination. And they like have to fight it or some shit. Or they run from it or some shit. It's just like a Ghastly being a dick, basically, or some shit. Or a Gengar. But, yeah, that's like your big lore drop city. You go into the burnt building or whatever, go downstairs, and then they all run away from you, and that's when you can start hunting them all down. So, yeah. And Ho-Oh you can't even do anything with until, like, endgame after you get the Rainbow Wing or some shit, and you use that to enter the tower and go to the top, and then Ho-Oh will be up there. You just get Whirlpool, go to the World Islands to find Lugia. Like, you'll randomly, like, hear little bits and pieces about him. And I just think it's funny that they actually had, like, main lore in the game for Ho-Oh. And hardly any for Lugia, but whenever they made Pokemon the first movie, they were like, yeah, well, we're just going to use Lugia.
Yeah.
And then Pokemon Gale of Darkness, the game was like, oh, we're just going to have Dark Lugia. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Ho-Oh has a fucking attack called Sacred Fire that one-shots things, revives fucking Pokemon, and apparently makes legendary Pokemon out of them. I don't know. It has, like, way more lore, and they just, like, completely fucking ignore that Pokemon. I don't understand that one. Not saying because I like it just also does not make sense.
I wonder if some of the Pokemon are based off of Oni, so they have like built-in lore.
Like what do you mean?
Well, there's this isn't an Oni per se, but the Magikarp. They like remake the Magikarp Gyarados relationship in a few Pokemon like Milotic and Feebas. And the story of that is like there's this ancient Chinese or Japanese, either one, like they share a lot of stories. And it's about this pathetic fish that just swam its ass off up this fucking mountain, and it finally like jumped over this thing and it transformed into a dragon, or like a giant sea dragon.
See, there's another like mythological thing. This is from Yakuza. The dragonfish on Kasuga's back it symbolizes like growth, and it's a fish turning into a dragon. So I don't know, maybe those two stories are like intertwined somehow or like from each other. I don't know, but that's pretty interesting. I didn't.
They have like a festival where they have you know what a windsock is?
No. Wait. Yes.
Okay. Like they have them outside of airports and shit like that. They're these like tube things that catch the wind and they tell you where the wind's going. And they have this one that's of like fish for the festival of whatever this is based off of. And they like fly those things and put out like big lines of like string and hang them off of them and shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Okay. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I mean, not really much left to say about part one. Do part two next. Well, we're gonna do ghost stories and then part two.
So, fuck Raticate.
Yeah, he needs a break from Raticate. That's Fangs. You got Fang fucked, bro. Okay. How does it feel to know Eradicate destroyed your whole team?
It didn't let me build a team. Like, it didn't defeat any of my competent Pokemon. It's like all the ones I was training up to that point.
Oh, okay. Makes way more sense. I was like, how'd you lose?
Dude, if you get Focus Energy increases your crit hit rate, and then Hyper Fang has a high crit rate in the first place, and then so you get like half your health taken away from you or more. It's like you still have to beat that Pokemon, you know?
What
So it's like, do I switch out and maybe kill it, or do I get it? Yeah, if I don't switch out a lot of times, it was like it's gonna die anyway. So I was like, whatever, and it's like pursuit.
What who did you say had that Pokemon?
It's a wild.
Oh Jesus. All right then. Well,
grinding was the hardest part, dude. Like I couldn't believe it. It was like, you know, you sit out there as long as you possibly can to get as much experience as you can, so you're not mostly walking back and forth. And you know, you get all fucking robot brain about it, and you're just like hit A. And then you get like into a situation because you spent there too long, or out of the 100 times, the one time you're like, oh, I definitely went back to the health place. And then you like go back out in the wild, and you have 1 HP, and you're like, okay, I'm fucked.
Well, it's like I was about to say, you tried. What
spawn in rare candies is the moral of the story.
Right? Always check your health.
Yeah.
Check your health like you should check your bank every day. It's like, I know I have bills set up for auto pay. That means the internet has my card though. So we should just look at this at least once a day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time for Ghost Stories. And then part 2 after that.
Adios, muchachos.